guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. Today we're in the travel trailer again. It's the day after Thanksgiving and we are cooking up leftovers. Those Cornish game hens, if you watch that video, were really big. Even though it says 1.5 pounds, by the time you put stuffing in there and you've got all the richness of what you're doing, you can hardly eat half of one. And so that's what happened for all three of us. Normally I would cut them in half, but it just made for such a spectacular presentation for all of us, and it was just a great dinner. I was very, very impressed with how well this turned out and the flavors, how they just meant to be together. So, but I've got leftovers. So I boned all three of the hens and took whatever stuffing might have been left in there and the vegetables that were left over, and it really wasn't that much of anything. A few green beans, a couple pieces of the roasted butternut squash, and I've added the rest of my carton of chicken stock and a little bit of water in here. And now over here I've got cut up more of the dried fruit. It really complemented the dish well. I've got celery diced up, parsley, onion, carrots, and some more butternut squash. So I'm going to put that down in there. Let me grab this knife here. I did go shopping today and got some better knives and some better flatware for us to use since it's not camping anymore. So what I'm doing is I'm dressing this outfit up a little bit differently. We'll still have a lot of the same flavor profile. The only difference is going to be we are going to have it in kind of a creamy, not quite a soup, not quite a stew. I'm going to put a can of cream of mushroom soup in here, and we're going to make this thick and creamy, put it into a casserole dish and top it with biscuits, and then bake it off in the oven. But I'm going to let this simmer on the stove until those vegetables release all of their flavor and get soft and ready to do that. So, that being said, let's see what you can see here. I'll bring you in for a little bit more of a close-up. Doesn't that look good? It just smells good. And I'll tell you, I have to thank all of you for the really kind comments and well wishes, and I hope that everybody had a blessed Thanksgiving and that today you're still spending time with your family and or friends and just are enjoying this time together. Some of us have to work, and but it's still that feel of the holidays are here, and it's my favorite weekend of the year. All right, guys, so I'll bring you back when those vegetables have softened up and we're ready to put it into the casserole dish, okay? Or ready to add our mushroom soup, I should say. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so these vegetables and everything has had a chance to simmer. I turned it off a few minutes ago. It really was done. So now I'm going to turn it back on. Sorry about the noise. And we're going to add in our cream of mushroom soup right here. And this is just adding a different flavor to change this up just enough that you go, that doesn't taste like it did last night, which is really what we want. Leftovers should be a remake. I don't really like to just sit down to the same exact meal. It just doesn't really appeal to me much. So we want that, and I do have I opened up a jar of organic mushrooms that I'm going to put in there just to get that flavor through there. I was going to do fresh. I ran down to the little market, and boy, they're proud of their mushrooms here. And I said no. So I dug out the organic ones, and we'll do that. So now you can see how creamy it's starting to get, and we'll get that out of the way. And I'm going to add some cream to this because it's absolutely delicious. This is almost going to be like a northern style chicken and dumpling bake, if you will. Okay, might want it a little bit creamier. So maybe maybe a half a cup of that cream for this whole thing. And that's it. We're going to get it in our pan, and we're going to make our biscuits. And I'm doing an instant biscuit dough. I didn't bring all the things to make homemade biscuits because I really hadn't planned this meal. So I'll show you how I do it. It's just following directions on a package. I think I have to add water. Hopefully I don't mess it up, because sometimes those pre-mixed processed things I screw up. All right, I'm going to put this down in the foil pan so you get a look at that. And it really doesn't have to heat up anymore as it is. So we'll just change places. And these pans are so versatile. I mean, just really, and this is going to be enough to feed all three of us a couple of times. So delicious. And now I'm going to give you a pause so I can do it with my dishes, since I have just a tiny sink, and get the fixins ready for the biscuit dough, and I'll show you what I do next. Alright, so now it's time to get this biscuit topping done, and it only takes a half a cup of water to the pouch of this biscuit mix. And I use Biscuit brand because that's what I grew up with. We like the flavor, and hopefully there'll be enough here to get us through tonight's dinner. And it's pretty easy, just water and that mixture. And these are cheesy garlic biscuits. So now that I've got my dough ready to go, I'm going to pull out of the oven our casserole, so to speak, and oh, it smells wonderful. Check that out. I'm going to give that one little stir too before I put that on there. Now I'm going to show you what I got. Okay, so I'm going to stir this around. It's been heating in the oven. See all that steam. And it's going to be delicious. So, now I've got that all the way I want it, I can drop these biscuits right down on top. And they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be, you know, it's just going to be a really rustic makeover dinner. And something different that we haven't had in a while. So, I think we'll all enjoy this. A little change up from yesterday's Thanksgiving dinner. And this is going to go back in the oven until these biscuits are golden brown and just delicious. Now that I've kind of got them evenly distributed, now I'm just going to put a couple where I see there's empty spots. You could cover this whole thing with biscuits if you wanted to. You could use refrigerator biscuits. Had I known I was going to do this, I'd have brought the stuff to make my own. But it's all good, and we're ready to put this back in the oven. It's only going to be in there about 10-12 minutes, so doesn't that look good? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, here's the end result, and this smells and looks amazing. It might be a little bit too hot. I'm just dishing it up. It's like a chicken and dumplings, only we're doing this casserole bake with the biscuits on top, and these are cheesy garlic biscuits. I'll give you a look-see at how that tastes really quick. Wow. The biscuits have a nice little crunch to the top, and you could add cheese to this if you wanted, but I really wanted it to mirror our dinner last night as well. So I hope this inspires you to step outside the box, maybe dress it up in a different outfit every now and then you don't feel like you're eating leftovers. And so hope to see you next time. Hope you go to the description box below and check out my links that I've provided for you. And as always, guys, God bless.